Hi, and welcome to the walkthrough for the Eastside Stories template. When you open up your file, you're going to be directed to a page that looks like this. You just hit Use Template, and that will bring you directly into your own Canva account. And now, the first thing you should probably do is head over to File and make a copy, and that's just so that if you make a few mistakes, you have the original on your home page that you can access at any time. So once you've done that, you are ready to get going, and you can head over to Uploads and Upload Media, and then upload your own listing photos or stock photography that you would like to use with this template. And once you've done that, it's going to look similar to that, and you can go ahead and start changing out the photos with your own, if that's what you want. So the first thing to note is you can grab your photo and bring it into the photo box by hovering it over the frame, and it will pop right into place. You don't have to do anything else. If you're not happy with the positioning of it within the frame, just double click and then move it around in the frame until you're happy with how it looks. And then you can go ahead and change other elements of the design. So the first thing that you might want to change is the color. So highlight, just select anywhere where there's a color that you would want to change, and then click the box here. I'm going to change it to this brown color maybe. And then you can select your text, and this is really cool. Select the text, change the color to that same brown, let's say. And then down here, if you see there's a little checkbox. So every instance of the color that was the original brown will now change to this new brown. So if you just go ahead and check that box, now all of your text that was that earlier version of the brown is now this new one. So this just saves you a ton of time, and you don't have to change every single slide. If you know what color you want to move forward with, it's just a really easy way to save you time. Next, you might want to change the font itself. So you just select the font that you want to change, head over to the font panel, and pick your new font. Let's just say Railway. Okay, and another really cool trick is if you have a shorter or longer address for your property, you might need to fill out the space or create more space. And a great way to do that is with the spacing tool that looks like this, and you can just adjust the spacing between the lettering to fill it out a bit or to reduce it in size. So if it's a shorter address, you can add more spacing. If it's a longer address, you can reduce the spacing and just make it fit in this area. This doesn't look like it's, there we go. For some reason that looks lopsided, I don't know why. Okay. The next thing to note is that a couple of these slides have overlays. So when you see that there's a faded photo here, it's an overlay, and what we want to do is we just want to shift that overlay out of the way to access the photo beneath, and then pop your own photo into place. Again, double click if you need to adjust it in the frame, and then pop the overlay back over. This was all created in Canva, so I made sure that you could change any element of this design, but it might be grouped. So what you want to do is select it and hit ungroup so that you can access every individual piece of this template. And then once you can do that, you can go ahead and manipulate the colors, change the colors to whatever you want. And you can also upload your headshot that you use on Instagram, and then you can pop that right into place here. So it looks like a sticker directly from Instagram. Now this is a story, so the only way that you would want to use this sticker here is if you have something that you want to type in here. So you can say, you know, real estate cues, and then you can type something here to give an example. How much should I pay for? And then you're just giving them, this would be like a slide where you give them an example of the question. Otherwise, I would duplicate this and remove this completely because you want to include the sticker directly on Instagram. So that's something, keep all your branding and the background, but then when you download this, you're going to give yourself the ability to upload it into Instagram and add your own interactive sticker directly there. So you can use this as an example and then download it like this upload it into Instagram. Yep, and then for this one, you can change this around. What I would suggest with these kind of slides is to maximize the designs here is to duplicate the page and then move them around whenever you feel like it. Move everything around so that you can have a little bit more variety. And then you have a similar look to the one up here. You can adjust the border, but it is slightly different so that you can just have a new look. Okay, this or that, this is pretty straightforward. You can change the this or that to A or B or kitchen or bathroom or whatever you want there. You can change the color, the font, and of course, the photos. And then once you get up into Instagram, you can add your stickers and questions and put text directly on this slide. And this one is a cover slide that you would use before introducing a whole bunch of elements, either from your blog or podcast or just something that you want to educate your audience on. So you would change this up. And then this slide you can duplicate and change it ever so slightly. So I'm going to move this photo over here, and then I'm going to select by selecting the first element and then hitting Shift on my keyboard and selecting all the other elements while Shift is being held on my keyboard. I'm still holding Shift down on my keyboard. Now I've selected all these elements. I'm moving them over. And I'm just going to take this guy, move him over. And now I have the same slide, but the opposite direction. So it just adds a little bit of visual appeal so you're not showing the same slide over and over again. Okay, so now once you've done that, what you have is the option to change this to number 2, and then etc., etc. You can do this for all the slides. You can duplicate this one again, move it down with the arrows here, and I'm going to hit number 3. And you can just keep going for as many points as you have and then change the photos and you're good to go. So now this is a really great way to use this template and just get the most out of it. Again, you can choose to keep this here if it's just something for brand recognition. You just want to put your own quotes or testimonials. You can leave it as is, or you can delete this and put the sticker on Instagram like this. Again, this is an overlay, so you can move it out of the way and put your own photo in there and then move it over. And you can use this for anything like just listed or exclusive or open house or whatever you're doing. It's just a great way to add that color of your brand and get that exposure out there on stories. And then with this giveaway, again, you can pop in your own photo and then you run into the problem of I can't see what's written there. So you just move it around. I'm going to move it right here with the trees and I'm going to change the color to white so I can really see it. And here I'm going to say giveaway camping trip. And you can write, of course, anything that you want on there. And when you're ready to go, you can go to this grid view and take a look at how it all looks together to make sure that everything looks great. And I can see right now that this isn't lined up properly, so I might want to go back and change that. And then when I'm happy with everything, I'm going to hit download and either download all of the templates that I've created or pick and choose the ones that I need for that particular day. I might select 3 of these, hit done, and download. Then that's going to download into a zip file, and you can unzip the file and send the photos to yourself any way you normally would. So through AirDrop, Google Drive, Dropbox, or just emailing them to yourself. I hope that was helpful, and if you need any more help, you can head over to 4thstreetcreative.com/tutorials. Happy designing!